Have you ever heard of Pig Island in Thailand? Well, if not, you are in for a treat. Today, I'm going to be taking you to this hidden gem, just a short boat ride from Koh Samui. In this vlog, I will show you our experience, the costs, and whether Pig Island is really worth the visit. So let's go exploring. Good morning, Thailand, and hello from Koh Madsum, better known as Pig Island. Today, we are going to be exploring this special destination, home to white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, and most importantly, the famous residents, the pigs. I'll take you along on our tour, including all the extras from snorkeling in the coral reefs by Koh Taen to enjoying a Thai buffet by the pigs. But first, we woke up at 7 a.m. as we needed to catch a minibus at 7:30. So let's get down to reception. So we've just got onto the minibus, which is actually really nice. Very well air conditioned too. And we're now heading our way down to the port, which is going to be taking us across to the island. So it's going to be about an hour to an hour and a half. I think we're probably the first hotel to be picked up, which is a bit annoying, but we'll probably be the last one to be dropped off to. So it only actually took us about 40 minutes. We have now arrived at the port, which you can see ahead of us. We're just waiting for someone to tell us basically what to do now, because there's quite a few different people that got on the same bus, but they're going to different places. So they'll call us out basically when they're ready, but hopefully it shouldn't be too long, we'll be out on the water. So the tour in total cost around 2,700 baht. So that also includes admission onto Pig Island itself, and that is around £61. Quite an expensive little tour, but I suppose it is a boat taking us around. You also get lunch included too, and also snorkeling at a second one of the islands, which I'm going to be showing you very shortly. But we're now all checked in and just waiting for a couple more people to arrive, and then we're heading over to that boat. So we've now just been told that we're going off to a different pier. We just put basically all our sun cream on, and now we're being put back into a car and taken to a second pier. We've actually got the whole bus to ourselves, which is quite lucky, but it was funny because there's so many people there at that port. However, we're the only ones that got on this bus to go to Pig Island, so everyone else seems to be going to the national park, which I believe is on another one of the neighbouring islands. So we might have to look into that and see whether we should be doing that too, but we'll have to see. So it's been about another 40 minutes and we have now arrived at the south side of Samui Port, and I have to say it's actually a really nice port. It's got like white sands on the floor, crystal blue beach to it. It's got like a really cool atmosphere here with like loads of reggae music, bars, restaurants. So yeah, it's been pretty cool to actually come over to this side of the island and see it. So we had to wait an extra half an hour before the boat actually set off from the port. But then once we got on there, we're heading our way towards Koh Taen. We have arrived in Koh Madsum, also known as Pig Island, and you can already see a couple of the pigs just out there It's of course kind of like a resort just full of pigs, but it doesn't actually used to be full of pigs, and I'll tell you why very shortly. Look at all of these pigs, how cute they are. And there are some like tiny baby ones in just behind too. Apparently they've literally just had children, some of them, so there's loads of these really small like micro pigs almost, but they are so cute. But there are also some huge pigs. These are like the mums and dads. If you go anywhere near the baby ones, then they like charge at you. They're not happy if you try and pick up a baby or anything, so you're not allowed to do that. But they are massive. Like when I say massive, I don't think I've ever actually seen a big pig that big before. But look at how cute these small ones are. So this must be the mum to all of these here. Oh my god, it's a little brown one too. I don't know why this one completely different colour to the rest, but he's tiny, so small. They're obviously getting some milk there off the mum. Look at the size of this one. He's like sniffing all the ground too. Oh, that is cute. He's just sat down in the sand, enjoying life. So lunch has arrived. It looks like it's spring rolls, chips and sweet chilli sauce, and then we've got some fried rice too. That's like the vegetarian option. Then I'll take you over to the buffet in a minute, and hopefully they've got some very nice pork on there. No, I was joking, that's a joke. Look at the size of this one, he is tiny. Right, come on then, Beth. Oh no, sorry, Beth's over here. And we've just finished lunch. So it was actually quite tasty, to be fair. And the vegetarian options look nicer than the meat options. So it was like chicken, curry, just fried chicken, I believe there was as well, and some like chicken soup of some form. So it was all chicken, unfortunately no pork. Well, fortunately no pork, sorry. But we're now going to try and head our way over to the Viewpoint. So it's about a 10-minute walk from the sort of like main area where you have your food and stuff. So we're going to go and see what it looks like from up there. But if you were wondering, why are there these pigs on this island? Well, Mr. Kit basically saw 4 pigs in a market which were actually being sold to be butchered. So what he decided to do was he felt bad, so he wanted to buy just one of them. He then was told that they're actually part of a family. So he then brought all 4 pigs to this island and worked with like a tour company to basically house them on this island, and that is why there are now pigs on this island. So it's unlike the Bahamas where they actually have been there the whole time. These pigs were actually brought to this island from Surat Thani, which is where the train station was where we got dropped off, and then since then they've just bred, and there's now loads and loads of them on this island. So Mr. Kit now works with the tour company to basically maintain them, as they need a lot of food, so they have to bring loads of food, the tour companies, to this island. And he actually owns a bar, Mr. Kit himself. So he sells drinks to loads of tourists. I've just been attacked by a load of trees. So at least we know we are going the right way, as there is a Viewpoint sign. We've also actually got a dog which is following us and actually taking us up to the Viewpoint at the moment. He's been walking with us for about 5-10 minutes now, so Beth's very happy. And now we've made it to the top of the Viewpoint. Look at how amazing that looks. You can just see how blue the sea is and how white the sand is, and it's not actually that rough either, the sea, which is good. And look at that view. So not another island in sight from here. Well, you can see it's like dark patches that are made from the clouds, but it's nice and breezy actually up here, so it's a good place to cool off a little bit. So that was the Viewpoint, and it's definitely worth going up there. It only takes like 5-10 minutes to actually walk to the top. We're now going to head our way back down. It's always a lot scarier going back down, especially when you're in flip-flops, because I'm always worried that I'm going to like slide and it's going to rip the front bit out. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be all right getting down here. The beach here is just beautiful. It's just white sands, clear blue water too, and it's not really, not rough at all. The only thing that I would say about it though is that the sand's quite stony, so it's a little bit sharp on foot sometimes compared to Koh Samui, where it was just like flour, walking on flour. Right, so now it's time to feed the pigs. Because the big one bullies the little one out of all the food. Look, watch now, he pushes him away. He's a greedy one, that's why he's that size compared to the one behind, which is tiny. Now we're going to feed the littler ones closer to the cafe area. God, there's loads of them. Here comes Bully. Oh my god, he's after me. Wait, I've not got the food. God, he is a massive. Oh, he's bullying the others off it. He's found it. Look at all the piggies. And then the one chicken. Oh, the chicken wants some, but the pigs aren't letting him have any. But now it's time to say goodbye to the pigs, head back on the boat for a 15 to 20 minute ride back to the port. And now we are back on Koh Samui, heading our way over to the minibus where we're going to get a bus back to our hotel. So it'll probably take about an hour to an hour and a half. And now we are back at the hotel. So we've just been dropped off, walking our way towards the rooms. And I have to say, I definitely recommend going to see Pig Islands. I definitely recommend doing the tour that we did too. I'll leave it in the description below so you can look it up if you need to. But it was great to see all the different pigs. Got to swim in the sea too, because it is nice and warm when the white sandy beaches and the blue sea was perfect. But we're now going to make our way back into the hotel. So as you can see, just ahead of us now, the Samui Zenity. Chill out in the room for a little bit, and then we'll probably head down to the pool and cool off, because we've got a few drinks in the room which are like in the fridge, so that's nice, like Fanta and Sprite. And then we'll head down and have a swim. So we spent a couple of hours by the pool and caught up with our parents, as it is Mother's Day today. So we banged both our parents to make sure that when we get back home, we've got somewhere to stay. And then after that, we have come out to Bao Bao, which is actually quite a nice restaurant. We were struggling to find somewhere to go to because basically the hotel is so far away from places and taxis are so expensive to actually get anywhere nearby. So it's like £8 just to get sort of like a 5-minute journey, whereas the rest of Thailand is like £2. So if I was to recommend where to stay, I'd probably say stay closer to Fisherman's Village. So maybe you've got like an extra £16 every night budget to spend somewhere closer to like the Fisherman's Village or somewhere where there's more restaurants. But it is a really nice hotel. I'm not staying in the hotel at all. That has been really nice. It's just expensive to get anywhere via taxi. But this is a Bao Bao. Beth will show you around now. So we ended up at quite a nice restaurant because we were looking around trying to find somewhere for ages and we couldn't decide where to go, and then we came across this and we thought, you know what, this is quite a nice one, so we'll eat here. So I've ordered my food and then we've got a Chang beer to cheer up the spirits after a really good day. So cheers. The food has arrived and it looks delicious. So we'll start off with what Beth's got. So she's got the vegan bento, which basically comes with 2 bao buns and then you get a choice of like fries or gyozas, and Beth has gone for the gyoza. I'm not actually sure what this sauce is, but maybe we'll have to give that a try. And then I have got 2 bao buns, so obviously mine's a little bit smaller. I'm not quite as greedy as Beth, but I've got the bacon and beef cheeseburger bao bun, which actually looks really good. And then I've got the pulled pork bao bun. Now I love a bit of pulled pork, as many of you probably may know, but let's give the pulled pork one a try first. Now I need to check, because every time I have a bao bun, for some reason, there's like a paper on the bottom. But on this one, it doesn't look like there is, so we'll find out, because I'll probably eat another one. Oh, I have to say, bao buns are up there for my favourite Asian food. That is incredible. That is actually probably the best bao bun I think I've ever tasted. So that's quite a big statement. That tastes very nice. And now let's try the bacon and beef cheeseburger. That's incredible too. That might, no actually no, I think the pulled pork's slightly better, but that is the second best for sure. They're probably the best bao buns I've had, so I'm very happy with where we chose to eat tonight. The food came to 650 baht, which is around £14.80, so probably the cheapest meal that we've had since being here. The portion sizes probably weren't as big, but the food was actually really tasty, as you saw on the previous vlog. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the dessert. I saw basically on the side they make cakes, and they've got a salted caramel and chocolate pie on there, which looks incredible, but it cost 160, whereas I could get like a Hershey's chocolate bar for like 45.50. So I went against it in the end. I really wanted it, to be honest, but I've gone against it because we're trying to save a little bit of money because it's a bit more expensive on the island. But we're now going to head over to a 7-Eleven as we need to get some breakfast for tomorrow and a couple of snacks too. I've just realised too that I've committed a crime. So we went to Pig Island today, obviously, and then I ordered a pork bao bun and a bacon and beef cheeseburger. So I've just basically killed off 2 little piggies. So I actually feel quite bad about that. So tomorrow, no meat. And we are back in the room. So we spent 270 baht in 7-Eleven, which is around £6.20. The only relatively new purchase, which I've never got before, was this thing here. And I don't really know what it is. I think it's like almond and custard. I don't know, it's just like a pancake almost, but I thought, you know what, I'll give that a try at some point, maybe tomorrow morning for my breakfast. But that is going to be it for the vlog. Pig Island, definitely recommend doing it, and that bao bun restaurant, was really nice too. So if you did enjoy, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing a little bit of Frisbee, so that should be a good fun vlog, and I'll see you all tomorrow.